What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project. This is a beautiful Audi TT, which is looking pretty good in all honesty. But we'll come back to this one in just a second. Before we do that, a huge well done to John the Fuzz for winning the FMW Panther Mark II competition. Beautiful work there. Kept it very standard, very basic, looking awesome. I am very impressed with that. Well done, John. Absolutely beautiful work. The next competition has already started. Head over to the Discord to find out all the information you need to find out. We are working on a Golly's Nissan Skyline. Link is in the description to the Discord, and then on the competitions page of the Discord is the link to download Golly's mod to take part in that one. Create your own, design your own, make it as awesome or simple as you like. Go over the top if you want to. Get it entered and see if you can win the chance to be on a pinboard and to hit on Red Dot Games official Discord Wall of Fame or Hall of Fame. Something along those lines. Anyway, back to today's video. This one is awesome. This is Lit's Audi TT. There is another one on there, which is pretty awesome. But today we are working on a Lit's one. So let's have a look. First thing I noticed, it's got an engine cover. Not the biggest fan of that, but we move on. So in the car stats, this is the Audi TT RS. This is the 2018 variant with just over 36,000 kilometers on it. Not too bad. Very good condition. Could only find one of these in this semi-decent auction house. Did I get a good deal? No, but not by a lot. 51,245 is what I paid for it. And I could sell it for 51,038, only losing out on 207 credits, which is not bad at all. Pretty impressed with that. The engine in this one is the same engine as we worked on the last video, which is a bit of a shame, but this one does have a lot more power at 445 base before we've even added the performance parts, so that should go up by quite a bit there. It also is the inline 4 double overhead cam, a 4x4 engine, and with the quality of life painting mod, definitely comes out looking a lot better than it did before. If we just jump in and have a look at this, the engine bay is very similar to layout to the other one with that inline 4. Same air intake and stuff like that. So maybe this one will end up with a metallic filter on it as well, depending on what color scheme we go for. And also we've got the radiator fan as well. Looking pretty awesome. Let's get this one started though. And let's get over to the car wash. Let's get this one cleaned up. Here we are then at the car wash. We can already see it's not too bad. It is black, we know that, and the condition looks pretty good. So we're just going to leave it at that, and wait, maybe we'll repair all of these panels. Maybe we'll have to buy new. Maybe we just like to buy new. We will find out. But let's get the interior done, get it back on the lift, and get that engine ripped out, and get everything else stripped down. First things first, we've got to get underneath and check for that oil pan. It is there, so we know we need to get that one drained out. Only 35,000 kilometers on this one, so this should not be bad at all. There it is. Very clean and not too bad at all. Quite a lot of it as well. A bit surprised by that, but let's get in underneath and see what we need to take out. Is that exhaust missing or is it just not included? It is not included in this one. I'm assuming the exhaust tips are part of the rear bumper then. I forgot to take out the starter again. What an idiot. Let's grab that starter. There we go. Then let's go and get it up in the air and get everything else out. Now we can get the starter and the gearbox and all of them pieces like that out. Out you come with that drive shaft. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nicely done. In and out. Nice and easy. It is four-wheel drive again, so we need to get all the wheels off and them drive axles. So I'll crack on with that, and I'll see you in a second. That's that all taken care of. Nice and easy. In with the front drive shaft. Let's get you out. And then this beautiful gearbox with your one rusty bolt. Get out of my way. There we go. Out you come and out you go. Let's just grab that front exhaust section and let's get the car back down on the ground. But before we do that, I just want to check them exhaust tips. Yes, so the exhaust tips are built into the rear bumper, which is why there is no exhaust under the car. Is it just me or does that look painted white, or it's just the angle? Just the angle. Never mind. Let's get it back down on the ground. Let's get that engine ripped out of there and see what we've got going on in the engine bay and underneath. Out you come. Nice. That's what I like to see. Nice and simple. In we go. Let's take that engine cover off of there and see what we've got going on in here. So we've got extra radiators. So we've got 3 radiators, 2 down the side and 1 in the center with a fan housing kit. We do have a medium intercooler in there as well. Air filter cover and obviously the whole box there. Brake servo, wishy-washy reservoir, pump and a module. ECU, power steering pump, and the coolant reservoir just over there with the fuse box just hiding here, just a little bit further back under the dash, as you can just about see there. Not looking too bad. We'll just keep up with our routine and we'll get this fuel pump out of here, and the battery is down the back, so we'll grab you while we're here as well. Let's get back up the front and get some of these liquids all drained out. Let's go to here, I think. Maybe that wasn't the best place. We'll go to the air filter. That's a good one. So we need liquids out of here, 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 and here. I think that's it. So that should be a nice and simple one. You know the drill. Right-click, additional tools, drain tool, click and hold on a lid, and I'll be back in just a couple of moments. There we go. That's all the liquids drained. Let's start ripping out with the wishy-washy reservoir, the brake servo, the coolant reservoir, and the power steering reservoir. We'll grab the ECU and the ABS pump and a module, the only one with bolts, or apart from the air filter there. Out you come. Let's grab you out then. Nice and easy. 4 bolts instead of clips. It's a little bit easier, but I don't like it as much. So there we go. Let's get these radiators out of here, and then let's grab this last one here. Oh, too soon. There we go. Nice and easy. Let's see what we've got going on in the suspension. We know we took the wheels off because it's 4-wheel drive, so the brakes are all there. The sway bar end link is there. The in and outer tie rods and the hubcap bearing is there, along with both the bushings on this side. Let's go over to the other side. We do have both the bushings there as well. The bearing, the inner and outer tie rod, and this sway bar end link. Let's get a rear wheel off and see what we've got going on. Lovely disc brakes under there. That's what I like to see. So it's the multiple arms, same as last time. We've got all the arms. We've got the sway bar end link. We've got the spring. We've got the shock. We've got the rubber bushings. And we've got the fuel tank. Let's just check the other side. Rubber bushings. The spring is all there. All of the arms are there. And the sway bar end link is also there. Fantastic. That is what we like to see. I've gone too far. I wanted the fuse box. I'm going to get this all stripped out. Then all the suspension out. Strip the engine down. And then we'll meet back here to take care of the Audi TT's beautiful bodywork. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on our beautiful little Audi TT. But we got to sort all of this terrible bodywork out. To be honest, it's not that bad, but we need to get it replaced. So let's get it all off. I say replaced. We might not replace it, but we're definitely going to repair it. So let's get all of this out of here. Out you come as well. I don't think there's actually a lot to this, so it should be quite easy. In you go. Oh, that's apart. That's all of that. Ideal, nice and simple. Keep going around, keep going around. All side skirts. Did I miss them on the other side? Let's just go and have a double check. I did indeed. Oh, that was a shame. There we go. I think we've got all of that now. Fender and fender. They were so small I didn't even notice them. I think that's probably it. Let's get in and get the interior out and then we'll double check and make sure. So it's just the 2 front seats and the steering wheel. The rear seat is part of the frame. Nice and simple. Have we got everything? 1%, that's a good sign, and that is everything. Fantastic. Let's go and get the welder and sort this frame out. We'll bring this one over. I paid a little over 50,000 for it. It was around 70% or 70 to 80%. I'm going to say 900. 800. I just can't catch a break, but never mind. There we go. Let's crack on. Let's see the bodywork shop for the Audi TT. There she is. There's not too many, only 3 pages, so it's not too bad. We've got a few front bumper options. I'll be playing around with a few of them. I don't know what car part 2 or 3 is, so we'll find out that one in a minute. A few different spoiler options, some engine covers. I'm going to stick with the one we've got because it is the RS one. We probably should stick looking at the RS stuff. A few different front grills there, just to keep you on your toes. A couple of different doors. I don't know what's going on with them. They're the RS ones, so probably the ones we'll go with. A couple of hood options on there as well, different headlights, and some rear bumpers along with tail lights and and mirrors. Tail lights and mirrors. Oh, a few trunk options as well. That's pretty cool. Difference between them two. That's probably black badge, so we'll find that one out a little bit later on. So I'm going to get everything sorted out, ready to go back on our beautiful little Audi before we head over to the paint shop and see if we've got any liveries for this one today. Time to get this little Audi TT all back together so we can head over to the paint shop and see if we've got any cool liveries to play with. Start with the front bumper. I've gone for the RS Performance parts on the front bumper here with the little fins sticking out the side there. Just make it look a little bit more mean, a little bit more aggressive. I went for the Hood D. It's got the little cutout and the blacked out badge effect, like in that one. The RS Performance grille there on looking awesome. Still got the Quattro logo just down the bottom there, and it's just a little bit darker than everything else. Quite liking that. Headlights, we've gone for the B headlights, which are slightly tinted, but with that light bit still on in there, looking great. On with the fender, on with the door, just the RS doors rather than the normal ones. Let's just get these windows in you go, and in you go. We'll get the windscreen in as well. Then we got the mirrors. I've done them in the carbon fibers for the B, although that still thinks it's painted green, but never mind. The spoiler, side skirts, I've gone for the RS Performance once again. This adds the Audi Sport badge just down the bottom there. A little bit wider, stick out just a little bit further with a little bit of, is that carbon fiber? I can't quite tell from this angle. Looks a bit like it, but we shall see. Let's just get the other side all matched up. Looking nice. In you go, in you go, in you go. On with that mirror, and we'll just get that front fender in as well while we're here. Moving on around. So then we've got the spoiler, the trunk section, should I say, RS Performance. So we've got the black badge on the Audi rings there for the rear bumper. Also, the Performance gives you some little fins sticking out the side there, and also pits these lovely brass effect, copper effect, whatever you want to call that, exhaust pipes on there. They look great. I definitely want to try and match that color if I can. Let's move on. Tail lights, I went for the Bs. They're tinted again, like the headlights, looking awesome. Just get this window in, and then let's get the spoiler on. You can already see I went for the RS Performance parts with that dipped down Audi Sport spoiler. Looking pretty incredible. Really like that. Quite pleased with that one. On with the plates. I've gone for my VM plates, but Audi TT RS P for the RS Performance spec there. Looking pretty sweet. Quite pleased with that. Let's get some interior in, and then that's not the button I wanted, and then double check to see if we have got everything. Swap the seats out to my 370Z seats because they look awesome. And I did leave the steering wheel as it was in that M3 because it fits it really well. Quite pleased with that. That's looking great. We've got some red accents in there. Didn't notice that. Around the dials, we've got a little bit of red. Now we've got some red stitching on the seats. So maybe we could incorporate that into the color scheme somehow. I definitely want some of this. That looks absolutely incredible. I'm going to try my utmost to color match that if I can. I reckon that will look great with the suspension and some of the engine parts. But let's get this one over to, well, let's just double check actually. Oh, not 100%. What am I missing? Oh, I know exactly what I'm missing. I've just lifted that up. Throw in the engine cover there. And that should now be everything. 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get this beautiful little Audi TT over to the paint shop. Here it is then, looking pretty wonderful in this slightly off-white. It's not quite a perfect white on there. Looking lovely. This one doesn't actually come with any liveries, so I just very quickly made up some Quattro Racing Stripe inspired from a different Audi TT, actually, on there with a black, white, and a red stripe running down the middle. This white is a different colour, so if you change the body, that would still be white there. Looking pretty sweet. Quite loving that. I love the rose gold exhaust tips. I'm definitely going to be keeping this going on throughout the engine. Maybe a little bit on the suspension there, but I think we're going to keep it a chrome red. I wish I could change that. I wonder if I'm going to see if I can paint that engine cover, actually, a different colour, because I think we're going to go for a lot of chrome in the engine bay, a lot of black, a lot of chrome red, and then hopefully some of that beautiful rose gold. If I can get it matched there on the engine, that should look pretty awesome, even with the engine cover on top. And then for underneath, probably mostly black and red. Maybe the springs in that rose gold, if they look any good. We will find out in a little while. This is what it's going to look like on the body. Absolutely awesome. I'm loving this. I think it looks insane. Very pleased with that. I'm going to try and paint that engine cover, get all the engine and suspension painted. Then we'll move on to reassembly. I'll see you back on the lifter in just a couple of moments. That's everything painted, ready to go back on the little Audi TT. Let's see these shocks going back together. So we've got some chroma black shocks with some of that rose gold on the springs there, and a red shock cap. Well, that hasn't worked. I really hope that comes out like it's meant to on the car. If not, we will come back to that one in a moment. Let's have a look. Let's go and get some of this together and see what happens. Starting with that front suspension cross member, that is in a chrome red. Everything, absolutely everything has got a chrome finish on it down here. Looking absolutely incredible. I think let's get a few of these bits on. Let's get that medium intercooler on there. That is in a chromed out rose gold. Hopefully you should be able to see it through the grille. Looking pretty awesome. I'm now stuck and I can't get out. There we go. Back to where we were. Steering rack is in that rose gold, and the sway bar there is just in a chrome black. Then we've got the outer tie rod in a chrome red, and the knuckle housing, or the axle housing, in a chrome red as well, with the outer tie rod just in a chrome black to finish that one off. Nearly couldn't say the word black there. Lower suspension arm also in a chrome black. Struggling with the English language even more than normal. Front shock absorber. Now, this didn't work on the puller. Let's see if it's come out right. That looks about right. Let's just jump up a little bit. There we go. So it is a chrome black on the base there, rose gold on the springs, and a chrome red on the cap. Looking pretty sweet. Sway bar end link, and you go in your chrome red, looking pretty sweet. Quite pleased with that one. Then we've got the front axle knuckle housing in black, knuckle cover, sorry, in black. Then the hub in a chrome red there, looking pretty sweet. And let's get the last of this bit all together. Hopefully it looks pretty sweet. As I say, it's a lot of chrome. A lot of chrome. Even the brake calipers are in a chrome red on there. Why not chrome everything out and get it all to match? That's looking pretty awesome. Let's jump down the back and get this one together. So the rear cross member also in that red there to match the front. And the sway bar also in a black to match the front there. The knuckle housing in that red, same as. And we even did the sway bar end link in a red as well. Although it connects to a different place, so it maybe shouldn't have been red. Maybe we should have done that one the rose gold. Let's find out, though, how it looks together. Let's get all the suspension arms on. These are all chrome black going on around here just to counteract each other with the colours. Spring cap in the black as well to match with the spring at the front with the rose gold spring and a chrome red cap on there. Looking pretty sweet in with that rubber bushing. Can't even remember if I got the ones at the front or not. I hope I did, but there we go. On we go. Upper arm also in that black there. If I could get all of the bushings. There we go. On you go. We'll just do the wheel hub while we're here in a black. And then this arm here is in a red sticking out the side because it looks pretty sweet. Then we've also got the shock in a black to match the front. And then this lower arm also in that black there. On we go. Let's move on. Everything is chromed, so it does leave everything with a slightly weird finish. And you do end up with some bits that look a bit like that. The general outcome looks absolutely incredible. I'm not bothered. Red wheel hub there. On you go. Looking good. Then the bearing. Then the brake disc. Then the pad. And then that lovely caliper on there as well in your chrome red, along with a drive axle that's also in a chrome black. All the axles, drive axles, are chrome black on this one. Looking pretty sweet. In with the fuel tank, in with the fuel pump. Didn't bother with these because they're hidden. And I don't need to do any exhaust apart from that one piece. But we'll save that one till the end when the engine goes in. So I'm going to crack on and get the rest of this all finished up now. And we'll move on to the engine bay before we go and build the i4 double overhead cam 4x4 engine in a different colour than last time. A lot of chrome in this one. Reds, blacks, and a bit of that rose gold as well. Well, a big bright chrome red might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think that looks absolutely fantastic. Loving the chromed out rose gold effect we've got going on as well. I think it is looking incredible. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But let's move on. Let's get this engine bay done. Let's just throw the non-coloured stuff in first. Coolant reservoir, power steering reservoir, ECU, and the brake servo. Now, you can colour this one. I've just decided to leave it as it was. The wishy-washy reservoir in it you go. And then we need to get these radiators in. Now, all of these are in a rose gold. They are all looking absolutely incredible. Really loving that. Looking great. And then we've got the fan housing kit in a black with some chrome red fans to go in there as well. Looking awesome. Now, a lot of the colour in this is a chromed out colour. So let's just go on. We've got the ABS pump and a module. Now, these are in the rose gold sort of styly colour. Looking pretty sweet. Let's get them in. On you go. I will throw the fuse box base in, but I haven't done any colour on it because it's hidden in the dashboard today. So let's just move back around. We've got the air filter base. It is in a chrome red. The other one came out chrome red last time, so I just decided to do it chrome, well, not chrome red, chrome orange, should I say, but do it in a chrome finish this time. And then just finish everything on the engine in chrome to try and match that. Hopefully it's going to look awesome, but we do still have that engine cover. I do need to get down the back, though, and throw this battery in. There we go. On we go. That's everything now in, apart from the fuses, I do believe. That's pretty much it. So, yes, I'm going to get these fuses done. Then we're going to go build that beautiful engine. I really do think it's going to look incredible today. Time to crack on and get this turbocharged engine all finished off. We got a black block there and also a black oil pan. Just for good measure, we go on up. We've got a lovely black engine head painted all the way around the outside. I do really enjoy this mod. Looking absolutely fantastic. We'll just get these camshafts in. They are in a rose gold, a very shiny chrome rose gold, because why not? They're looking pretty awesome. Let's get this front all finished off, though. So we've got the cam gear in there. We've got a little roller cheeky up here and a little roller cheeky down here. I've got one coloured roller, saving that for the front of the engine. Water pump in you go in your chromed out rose gold, looking pretty beautiful. Let's get the belt on. If I could click it, there we go, on with the belt. And then a lovely little rose gold belt tensioner there, all chromed out, looking lovely. Now, here is the first piece of red about to go on this engine. We've got the timing cover in a chrome red. Might be too much for some, but I think that looks absolutely insane. Loving that. Looks cool as. Crankshaft pulley in you go in your chromed out rose gold, along with the alternator and the power steering pump there. all in that chromed out rose gold, looking a pretty sweet 17 belt, just in a black there, and then a lovely little black roller just on the front there, just to finish that piece off. Let's move on around. We've got the intake manifold, also in that chromed out red, looking fantastic. Beautiful, loving that. Then we've got a throttle in the chromed out rose gold on there. I think that should really just finish the engine off. If you can even see it under the engine cover, here's to hoping. On with the oil filter, just in a black and red there, as I redded it out, but it comes out black. And then the fuel injectors all under here are all chrome red, just because the red colour come out really nice and I really like it. Looking pretty sweet. On we go there. Let's move around the back. So we've got a cam gear on Yugo, a timing chain on Yugo, and then another cam gear here with a timing cover over the top, and I have done this one in a chrome red. There's a few bits of chrome red going on this engine. Not too much, though. Not too much at all, although the fuel filter is also in that chrome red. Looking pretty sweet. Quite pleased with that. Not much to go now. We just got the top and the side to go. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get all these camshafts in. These ones here, haven't painted them because that would be silly, and all of the spark plugs. Get them done, and I'll be back in just a moment. Last camshaft cap just going in now. In we go. Lovely jubbly. That's that all sorted. Let's get the engine head cover on. It is just in a black. It's weird because I always complained about these would only go black. But it makes sense this time, I promise you. I promise you it makes a lot of sense. Let's get you on. Looking good. And then we got the ignition coils in a red. But they're the chromed out red to match the rest of the red on the engine. That's looking cool. Very pleased with that. It's a shame we do have an engine cover going over the top of this and covering it all up. Exhaust manifold in that chromed out rose gold. Looking pretty cool, along with the turbocharger as well in the same colour. That is looking sweet. Very, very pleased with that. That is looking awesome. Maybe not to everybody's taste, but the rose gold, chrome red, and black sort of really go well together. Much better than I anticipated. I knew I wanted to do rose gold today. I wasn't sure about, after seeing the exhaust pipes on there being rose gold, I knew I wanted that. I wasn't sure about the rest of it, but I think that chrome red's come out beautiful. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comments. I'm going to grab some pictures, then we'll get this beautiful little engine dropped into our lovely little Audi TT in there. I really do love that. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. The chrome red, the chrome rose gold, and then that black just to really finish it off. But let's get it dropped in and see how good it looks inside the engine bay. We have already got a bit of chrome red in there. I should have brought them springs down. We should have really edited the config, brought them springs down just a little bit, and then maybe I could have removed that engine cover, but never mind. Let's get this engine in. In we go. Really struggling with words, but there we go. That's looking, see, that just looks great as that. I would happily just leave that as that, but we cannot. There is an engine cover that needs to go on top. I have painted it. It's just a darker black now. You can still see a little bit of the chrome in, a little bit of the rose gold in there. Nothing special, though. Bit of a shame. That's why I don't like engine covers, but they are what they are. Let's get underneath and get the rest of this one all finished off. Loving them exhaust tips. I think they look really, really insane. I'm going to have to match that colour there to some rims. Obviously, these are not chromed. These are a bit duller, so I'm going to try and match them with this, with it being a bit duller, and we'll see how it turns out without chroming it. Hopefully, it'll look good. But let's get underneath and get a few of these bits in here finished. Over we go. We'll throw that exhaust section in now. I have done that one in a rose gold to complete with all of that, and if the exhaust was available, I would have done the whole lot down through in rose gold, and it would have looked really good. But I wouldn't have come up with that idea if the exhaust tips weren't already on there. So there we go. Let's get this gearbox in a black there. Looking good. Just matching the engine block. Pretty sweet. I just realised I've missed that sway bar end link, so we'll throw you in there as I missed you. There we go. Then we've got the front drive shaft. That is in a rose gold. Look at that. That looks so good against it. And then the drive axles, if both in the black there. Over we go. Too far. Let's go back in a little bit over there. Looking pretty sweet. We've got to get that starter in there because I always forget it. My favourite one to forget. Just went with the black drive shaft. I felt like the red or the rose gold might have been too much. Plus, it does go into the red at the back there, so it does look pretty good. That's pretty much all of it. I just need to get some wheels done and get that starter in. So let's just go and throw that starter in real quick. Down we go. Oh, you can see the rose gold on the intercooler through there. Looking pretty sweet. Quite pleased with that. Let's get down here. Oh. Helps if I can press the right button. Let's get this starter in. In we go. Completely in a rose gold there, just for a little bit more of that at the front. Hopefully that looks pretty good. You can just about see it through there, but not really that well. It's a shame about that engine cover. But let's move on. pretty much there. Just need to get some wheels done and get these windows tinted, get the liquids topped up, and this one will be outside in the sun. Here we are then, all finished with Lit's Audi TT, looking absolutely beautiful. Very pleased with that one. You'll notice a couple of changes. We've got the 1 year anniversary Salem GW500 sat just out there, and also our FMW Panther Mark II looking awesome. Our competition entry, we didn't win it, but John the Fuzz had an awesome looking car, and he took that one. What a car. Loving the work. Anyway, let's carry on with this beautiful Audi TT. One of the first things you'll notice is probably these rose gold rims that aren't too far off them exhaust tips whatsoever, if I do say so myself. Lovely work there, I think. These are the rims 9A. Chose them because they've got two-tone, so I could get mostly a black in there and then a bit of that rose gold around the outside. And you can really see the red chrome brake calipers sticking through there. I think I'm going to use chrome calipers a lot going forward. That really looks fantastic. Rims are changed ever so slightly, so these are 21-inch rims. They are 255 width and a 30 profile, and that is the same on all four. They're looking pretty good. If it was me and I was making this car, I would have made the car itself a little bit lower, so these fill out the wheel wells just a little bit more. Personally, I could have gone in and changed it, but we're doing it so we can see what Lit's Audi TT is like. Pretty awesome. That's the other thing I would have changed, is I would have brought the shocks back down just a little bit, just so you had the red caps sitting through them. Now, you'll see the engine cover isn't on because I did all my photos without the engine cover because I don't like it, but we will throw it back on. Now, not that I don't like it, it's a very nice and neat looking engine cover, but I put all that work into painting the engine. I didn't want it covered for the photos, so there we go. Just a little bit extra on there. Still looks pretty good. Very pleased with it. Let's get this one shut back down. It is looking absolutely incredible. Pleased with this sort of racing stripe livery inspiration I got there. It's pretty awesome. Quite pleased with it. Mine's a little bit wider than the actual one should have been, but I didn't want to rip it off completely. Just wanted it to look pretty good, and I think that looks pretty good. But let's jump inside and let's check out the interior, as well as checking out what this one sounds like, although we did only hear this engine yesterday. But let's just get on with it. I do like this interior, though. It is looking smart, and the red stitching on these Nismo seats fits in with the red banding you got around the rims, and then obviously some of the red features we got in the suspension and engine. But let's get it started, see what it sounds like. We all already know, we heard it not yesterday, but on Friday. Let's just give it some gas and hear that turbo whistle. I love that sound, I really do. Sounding incredible. But let's get this one onto the dyno and see what power we've got today. Here she is then on the dyno, the Audi TT RS with 445 factory horsepower from that i4 double overhead cam 4x4 engine. How much power have we added today with the performance parts? Let's have a look. 277 horsepower gained, a gain of 63%. Not as good as the last one, but still pretty good, bringing us up to 722 horsepower. Definitely a lot higher than the last one. Let's go over and check out the gearbox tuning setup we've gone with for today. Here it is, a 4.52 ratio, 55 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to 409 in 8th gear. I don't think we'll quite get there. I think we'll just tick over the 300 mark, maybe up to like the 310, maybe 320 at a push. But let's head over to the track and let's find out. Here we are then on the speed track with the Audi TT RS. I love how you can see that rose gold shining through there, along with some of that chrome red as well. Looking pretty awesome. Very impressed by that. But let's jump inside this one. Let's get it started and let's see how fast we can get down the track. Let's go! Four-wheel drive, so it should be pretty easy. We do only have race tyres on it instead of slicks, but look at that already. Steaming up towards 200 kilometers an hour. There it is. Easily done. Now, I said early 300s, 310, maybe 320 at a push. Let's see where we end up. We're coming towards the 300 mark already. There it is. Where will we finish up? There's 310. There's 320. Okay, a lot better than I thought. 330, 340. Go on. 339. That sort of briefly ticked into 340, but we will call that one 339 kilometers an hour. 339 kilometers an hour from the little Audi TT. Pits at 109th in the speederboard. Not too bad at all out of 151 cars. Quite impressed by that. And this one looks absolutely stunning. I am very, very pleased with how this turned out. Loving that engine bay in there. You got some of the rose gold. I could not think of the word rose gold there. Got some rose gold colouring sticking out through there with a lot of that chrome red. Oh, that is still chrome red, because that looked like it had changed. Looking pretty sweet. Quite pleased with that. And then obviously underneath in the suspension there, we've got bits of rose gold going on the radiators, rose gold on the wheels, a much duller one on the wheels to match the exhaust pipes though, and then red and black chrome all underneath, making it look absolutely incredible. Very, very pleased with that. It looks absolutely fantastic. Loving this one, but we do have to jump in and talk about some facts and figures. I love these wheels with them chrome brake calipers sticking through there, looking awesome. So I bought the car for 51,245, and if you did stick around long enough at the beginning, you would have saw that I was only short 207 credits, which isn't bad at all. But we have since spent another 54,911 getting this car to look as awesome as it does right now. Painting, performance parts, everything like that, all added onto this one. It looks incredible, pitting our total spend at 106,156. Can we make a profit from our little TT? Let's find out. It is the RS variant. It is all 100% finished and just over 36,000 kilometers now. A gain of 63% on the performance on that engine there, up to 722 horsepower. Pretty good, but can we make a profit? Yes, but not by a lot. Take away, it says 115,639. Take away 106,156. Leaves us with 9,483 profit. Quite pleased with that. Profit is profit, plus this Audi looks absolutely stunning. Very impressed, very pleased with how this one came out. It looks fantastic, but it is time to say goodbye. Off you go, Audi TT RS. You were a lot of fun. Don't forget, we have started the new Discord competition. Come and join us. Discord link in the description below, along with the link to that beautiful Audi TT also in the description below. Come and join us. We will be building a Golly's Nissan Skyline. It's a beautiful one. But what have we got up next? Is on the truck. Some of you may have already seen it already. This is a very, very special one. This is Payne's beautiful Jeep Wrangler. Is absolutely incredible. This is the Jurassic Park Guest Transport Edition. Now, this is only available from Payne's Patreon. We will talk more about that one in the next episode. You can see it's pretty bad. I did get it from the auction house. Did we get a good deal? We did, only just, but we did. I'm happy with that. Bought the car for 6,178 and could sell it for 6,333 right now, leaving us a profit of 155 before we even start. That's awesome. What engine have we got in here? We got an i6 overhead valve. Maybe we'll stick with that one. I don't play around with that engine too often, and it's all blue, which means it should paint quite nicely anyway. That we fixed that, so that doesn't matter. But we could, if we wanted to, swap it to the AXK or the supercharged, both V8 variants. But I do play with them two quite a bit, so I think I'm going to keep it with the inline 6. Looking pretty sweet. I cannot wait to get stuck into this one. We got liveries from French Toast, and we've got the special Jeep from Payne himself. Absolutely awesome. I can't wait to get stuck into that one. That is for next time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day wherever you are in the world and whatever you get up to, as long as you enjoy it. And if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, liking, leaving a comment, sharing the video, whatever you want to do. We are on trying to get our channel bigger, better, and more profound. That's probably not the right word, but I'm going to stick with it nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had an awesome day. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.